Thanks for staying with us. The Controller General of Customs seeks partnership with the Nigerian Senate. Also on customs report, Kogi Command seized goods worth millions of naira for smugglers operating along the nation's borderline. Plus, more reports. I am Egiseme Edie. Stay tuned. The Controller General of Nigerian Customs Service has paid an official visit to the Nigerian Senate. He said that his visit will enable customs continue to generate more revenue for the nation and fight against smuggling along the nation's borderline. He was accompanied by some management staff of the service in Abuja. The CG speaks on his mission to the Senate.
It's a growing trend for customs administrations all over the world. Technology is an enabler. It enables what customs administration do. Even beyond customs, other organizations these days are embracing the use of technology, in your words, to promote efficiency and effectiveness.
The senator who welcomed the CG and members of management speaks on customs activities.
When we are talking about modernization, main reason to doing it is you want to bring in efficiency and block all those loopholes and leakages that we are having today. Especially with the use of technology, you'll be able to, in fact, harness the most remote revenue you want, where there is no human interference. And remittances will be as easy as anything because it will be seamless.
The Customs Area Controller in charge of Tinkan Customs Command has been speaking on the revenue drive of the service. By addressing officers in Lagos, he told them to fight against corruption in the port. The controller also urged the officers to continue to make sure that any document brought in by importer must be checked before any goods is released at the terminal for the importers to clear out of the country.
Let me state that I'm anchoring this parade on 3 premises. Number 1, my decision that we are going to reform and rebrand Tinkan Island Port Command. Number 2, that we are going to align ourselves with headquarters objectives, especially those that are anchored on the expectations of the new Controller General of Customs, CG Bashir Adewale Adeniyi MFR, who has graciously decided to reform the service by way of bringing back our last glories. As you are all aware, just last week, he decided to honor all past leadership of Nigerian Customs Service. The idea of that is to create a link and recreate history by connecting the present generation of custom officers with the old, while nurturing the future officers like those who just joined us today to embrace the ethics of the service. Let me state that what he has done is something that we hope to recreate in this command. I'm aware of a very first area controller of this command, Chief Brigwe, who lives at Festac, who is presently 96 years old. It is good that we have people like that who are supposed to share with us institutional memories that may be lost if they are not documented. I want to thank the Controller General of Customs for what he has done, and particularly thank him for reinforcing our hope in optimizing our pension requirements. What I read in the speech that he delivered is so heartwarming. I'm also happy that he has taken seriously the issue of the health of our retirees. Some of us may soon retire, and for giving us that hope and expectation, may God bless him and the management of Nigerian Customs Service. Now I'm bringing it back to our own command here. As we are all aware, we have barely 20 days, removing these weekends, for us to meet our target, which is the key performance indicator for us in this command. We have done so well, and I want to commend all of you that in the last 2 months and 11 days that I've been here, you've not let me down. I want to say that I am also not going to let you down. A very easy one. Just recently, last week, I issued a port order requiring that you come to work by exactly 8 o'clock and close by 6 p.m. in the evening. And just before the weekend, I extended that requirement to include coming to work effectively Saturdays and Sundays. And all of you graciously honored that, even at your own convenience. Again, I must thank you and thank the leadership and the management who have graciously supported me in achieving that. Let me state that the effort we are putting in will not only help you in your future lifestyles as you retire. Once we embrace this lifestyle of not turning our weekends into purely all one-day weekends, I assure you that when you retire, you will also have reasons to survive beyond customs. It is something I want you to embrace for the sake of our nation. If you look around following the 2 days of strike in the port by NLC, you can see that we have had the resurgence of trucks lining up the port corridor. It is for that reason that we have to work around the clock to ensure that we don't go back to the old bad days of 2017 to 2020, when the port access corridor was always congested and therefore affecting trade and service delivery. Let me state that the decision yesterday that we took with Nigerian Ports Authority and the port managers of TICT, 5-Star and Ports and Cargo, to effectively start 24 hours operation in line with some of the decisions reached with Honorable Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, who directed that we must achieve 48 hours cargo clearance and 24 hours operation in the port. Yes, we're already achieving 24 hours port operation in the port at the ship side, but we also have to achieve the same thing on cargo delivery through the gates. Let me state that officers of this command, for the sake of the media men here, have embraced that and have started. Just last week, we started night operation of scanning operations, and we successfully scanned 56 containers for the first time when we started and ended that operation by 2 p.m. in the night. Therefore, yesterday we did the same thing, and it is going to continue. I am glad that as Tinkan Land Port Command, we are setting the pace in that, and I hope that other commands with the approval of the Controller General of Customs are going to embrace. I want to assure you that following my meeting yesterday with MPA, they have agreed to illuminate the port corridor, and have also agreed to provide security within the port, but along the entire port corridor, stretching from here to Maitu and stretching from here to Ijora breweries. With that, you can be assured that you can come to work. I'm aware that on Sunday and Saturday when we were here, most of you complained that the freight forwarders were not coming. We don't have to wait for them. The sun doesn't wait for anybody to rise. But it is our expectation that as we continue to enforce that, particularly for you senior officers, they are going to join us. So don't get discouraged. In due time, they will join us. And let me state why I am embracing this. If we can receive cargo at the airport in 24 hours, you buy flight tickets to travel through the airport at any point in time. The banks are open to sell tickets to you at the airport on Sundays and Saturdays. You receive flights, international flights by 5 a.m., 2 a.m. at any point in time. I don't see the reason why we have to close this port at certain hours. International business is 24 hours business. When you are sleeping in Nigeria, some cities in China, some cities in America, some cities in Europe are loading containers to come to Nigeria. The same thing, when we load containers here, they don't sleep. They're also awake. So, Nigeria, if we are going to play in the international community, we must also play the same rules that apply to everybody. You are all aware that Nigeria is a major player in the West and Central African World Customs Organization, which currently we are the chairman. We cannot, as leaders in the sub-region, afford to fail the rest of the society. We are also members of the World Trade Organization that are encouraging trade facilitation agreement, and therefore it behoves on us to also abide ourselves with the 12 principles of TFA. Again, you cannot be preaching it on paper and you are not practicalizing it. Let me state that this has come to stay.
You are watching the program Customs Report. The controller in charge of Kogi Customs Command has accepted goods worth billions of naira from smugglers. The customs area controller said that the command will continue to implement government policies on small activities in the state. He wants smugglers to desist act of smuggling in the state.
Other seizures and detentions recorded at various places within our areas of responsibilities in various quantities during the period under review include a truck laden with dutiable items. We have jerrycans containing PMS, that is premium motor spirit. The cumulative duty pay value of all the seized items amounted to 56,661,598 naira only. On revenue, the command was able to recover a total revenue of 10,020,990 naira only during the period under review, that is November 2023, which were principally from demand notices. To achieve this feat, we deployed massive intelligence and respected our rules of engagement, hence no casualties. I use the opportunity to warn smugglers and criminal elements, no matter how highly placed in the society, that we will not spare them. Our job is to implement the federal government's fiscal policies. We are committed to achieving that and are determined to frontally confront smugglers and all other economic saboteurs whose antics we will always discover and continue to make arrests, seizures, and cripple their operations.
The Customs Acting Area Controller in charge of Ogun 1, which is Idiroka, has been speaking on the activities of smuggling in the Idiroko border. According to him, the seizure of live ammunition by his command will continue. He speaks more on live ammunition seized by his men.
Our presence here today underscores our unwavering commitment to safeguarding and smoothing the security architecture of our beloved nation against insecurity. We are delighted to report that we have thwarted the evil plans of the enemies of state from smuggling of live ammunition into this country. Arms and ammunition smuggling is a high intelligence operation, as it often attempts to evade the watchful eyes of law enforcement. It requires concerted and collaborative efforts of law-abiding citizens of this country to checkmate. Proactive intelligence is required in this regard. Smuggling of arms and ammunition are menace that knows no border and feeds on the vulnerability of our society. The consequences of unchecked smuggling of arms and ammunition is severe, ranging from the empowerment of criminal activities or criminal organization to escalating crises and compromise of national security. For these reasons, we will not relent nor compromise waging war against smuggling of unlawful arms and ammunition in building a safe and stable nation. On Monday, 27th of November, 2023, our operatives went on a professional and intelligence-based operation to unravel the antics deployed by unscrupulous elements to bringing in live ammunition through Imeko axis of the state. We have been on the trail of this ammunition for about a week ago. Fortunately, at about 5 minutes past 12 midnight of that particular day, we got an intel that 5 bags of rice, foreign parboiled, 50 kg each, containing live ammunition or cartridges of live ammunition had been carefully hidden in a bush path along the Pala/Ayetolo Road in Meko, Afo local government area of Ogun State. Our operatives went to the spot and evacuated the 5 bags of rice without any encounter. The bags of rice were suspected because of the unusual threading and sewing of the sacks. This quickly aroused the suspicion of our operatives, leading to their opening for proper examination at the border station. During the examination, about 975 rounds of Red Star live cartridges were found to have been ingeniously concealed in the bags. We have intensified efforts at tracking down the perpetrators of this nefarious act for them to be brought to justice.
A superintendent of Nigerian Customs Service has become the first Nigerian woman biker to ride solo from Lagos to 13 African countries in 23 days. She traveled to Benin Republic, Togo, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Liberia, Sierra Leone, Guinea-Bissau, Conakry, Senegal, and Gambia, Mali. While she also traveled to Burkina Faso, to Togo, Benin Republic, and back to Nigeria. She was welcomed by the 7th area controller.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
It's a message. Her story is an inspiration to all individuals, but women in particular, because of the many limitations that society often would impose on them. If you have anything that you are passionate about, be courageous, be bold, go ahead and pursue your dream. She's a customs officer, she's a superintendent in the Nigerian Customs Service, but because she's passionate about this activity of traveling, using her bike, she made out the time, she made out, the effort, the practice, she did all the necessary study that was needed, and then she had embarked on this journey, 12 different African countries, over about 21, 22 days. That is huge. Solo. She went alone. She didn't go accompanied. She didn't need somebody to say, come, we'll assist you, we'll guide you. And it is a huge thing. It is a huge thing. Over 8,000 kilometers on your own. It's huge. So we want to tell people, that is in the Nigerian Customs Service, this is what we try to emphasize. The current management led by the Controller General, Bashir Adewale Adeni, MFR, encourages a work-life balance. In other words, you work, but also balance it with some kind of activity that adds value to your life. For her, this is what she's chosen. For others, it may be the love of music. It could be just writing. It could be art. It could be anything. Pursue your passion. That is the only way you can have a balanced and fulfilled life. Great thing, because she's the poster person for the Nigerian Customs Service. Because what she has achieved today, no woman in Nigeria, no woman, I repeat, in Nigeria has been able to achieve it. And we're very proud of her success, because whatever she does, of course her name is there, but she's also portraying the image of the Nigerian Customs Service. It means that there's something positive that we're doing, and we encourage others to take the same script and see how they can encourage their officers or their personnel to have a balance between what they do at work and what they do in their private lives.
The lady biker has this to say.
Say it as a torturous or a dangerous journey. Life itself is a journey, and I've always wanted to travel. I've always wanted to visit West Africa, visit countries and all that, because it's only when you travel that you understand the beauty of God's creation. And so I took my leave and I decided to embark on this journey, but it's not torturous and it's not dangerous. On the 10th, I started from Abuja and then arrived Lagos, and then I continued from Lagos on the 10th until I moved around, and I'm just coming back today. I rode through Benin, from Benin to Togo, and then from Togo to Ghana, from Ghana to Côte d'Ivoire, from Côte d'Ivoire to Liberia, and then from Liberia into Sierra Leone. Then from Sierra Leone, I came back to Guinea-Conakry. After Guinea-Conakry, I went into Guinea-Bissau. From Guinea-Bissau, entered into Senegal, and from Senegal into Gambia. Then after Gambia, back to Senegal again, got up to Dakar, came back, went into Mali, and then from Mali to Burkina Faso to Togo, and then from Togo, Benin, and today I'm here. The reception has been awesome in most of the countries. The bikers from those countries, they come and they try to see as much as what they could do. It's been an awesome journey. West Africa is a great place. Africans are beautiful people, and when you travel, you will realize that we're just lovely people. And I've come to realize that we're all the same people. I think we're using the same manual. It's just the language and then the tribe, ethnic diversity, but it's the same manual. The way Okadas behave here, that's how they behave there. Everything is just the same thing. See, the worst experiences were at the borders. It's been a crazy experience. I don't understand why I will stamp my passport and then you ask me to pay money. If I want to travel without a passport, then I will know that I'm traveling without a passport. But I have my documents. Why will I stamp it and then you will tell me that I have to pay? And then that delays it. They hold your passport. And you know, without that, you cannot move. It's crazy. It's stressful. I don't know. They will say it's for the stamp. Or they'll say this is your first time here. You're supposed to be happy that I'm visiting your country. I'm coming to spend money. I'm going to pay for hotel. I'm going to buy fuel. I'm going to pay for food. So why do you have to stress me? All through, down, all the way. And I think that the economic community of West African State, the body, they really, really need to do something about it, because it's not just helping, not just for bikers, everybody. It's frustrating. It's very, very frustrating.
Welcome her. She told me she was on a trip and it will be a record-breaking trip. And I prayed for her, and I knew that the strong hand of the Lord was upon her, and I believed, because I want them to achieve what they have in her. Like the word of God is telling us that we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. And the Lord has really shown her that she can do everything. And wherever, even as a customs officer, she will achieve greatness, because I've prayed for her and blessed her. She will receive all the blessings.
The customs during the disclosure said that the seizures reflect the commitment of officers to discharge their duties, protect the nation's economy, and prevent harmful products. The acting controller also said that the deployment of officers with intelligence-driven anti-smuggling operations skills led to the interception of a Toyota Jeep with concealment of suspected bags of rice in Ogun State.
They believe if they smuggle, there is no single duty paid, nothing. They will just bring it in through unapproved routes and they will make their quick money. Ab initio, before now, it has always been a very stiff fight between smugglers and my officers. But upon the realization that when you smuggled, you are caught and you are taken to court, we normally get conviction. Not more than close to about 10, 11 are already cooling off their feet at different correction centers. However, that did not deter us to say it is yet Uhuru. It is not yet Uhuru. And that is the more reason why you see we are making frantic effort to make sure that government realizes their goal.
He pointed out that the seizure reflects the commitment to discharge and protect the nation's economy and prevent importation of fake products into Nigeria.
Our commitment to the discharge of our functions aimed at protecting the nation's economy and preventing the importation of prohibited and harmful products from entering our domestic markets. Other goods that were seized within the month of November are 5,459 bags of 50 kg bags of foreign parboiled rice, equivalent to 9 trailer load. 18,100 liters of premium motor spirits. 376 bales of used clothes. 1,926 cartons of frozen poultry products. 337 pieces of used compressors. 3x40 foot container found to contain 3,838 pieces of used tires. 13 used vehicles, popularly known as Tokumbo. 396 cartons of frozen fish.
Other goods seized include bales of used clothes, frozen products, carton of frozen fish, including fairly used vehicles and tires. Just before I round up this week edition of the program Custom Support, we brought you a report where see just what millions of naira was accepted by one of the commands in the country. For me, Igiseme Itie. Thanks for watching.